So as I'm covering up this stropharia spawn, this pile is about a year old. It was piled here in October of 2022, and it was made from duck bedding from our sanctuary over the course of the summer. So there's been a lot of leaching. It is hay and green pine sawdust. So there's been a lot of leaching of the terpenes from the sawdust at this point, just because the pile's been exposed to the rain and the elements. So that's why it's usually recommended to use hardwood chips, or a combination of hardwood chips and straw, to provide enough food for the mycelium to grow into mushrooms. But I'm thinking that because of the age of the sawdust, because it has a lot of surface carbon, and there's the option always of bringing wood chips to the edges of these piles to act as food for the stropharia, that this is a good time to attempt to colonize this pile, so that we're leveraging the fact that we've got these maybe 3.5 to 4 foot tall windrows by 20, say. This is a lot of material that we don't want to be moving around. We want to grow in to the extent that we can as it begins to decompose and lessen in volume, and then merge into this ground here. And you can see we've spaced the compost pile so that ultimately this compost can become part of the soil profile over time. But while it's doing that, the goal is to see if we can grow a crop as that happens, to work with time, work with the process of decomposition of the material, and then achieve a yield that can feed the ducks. They love pumpkins, they love pumpkin leaves, feed us, and have the sanctuary contribute, and the ducks contribute to the productivity of the farm in some way. We also do use this compost for potting mix. Not at this age, but the older stuff we do. And we use it as we plant seeds in our no-till garden. So this is a whole system experiment to work with the natural process of decomposition and soil enhancement, and myceliate and grow and leverage life in all the different layers to the extent that we possibly can.